turned out to perfection, yard arm. Grand Emporium going by. Taken down nice and calmly, Grand Emporium. Number 2, Key of Destiny. From the Colin Lee stable, Nick Shearer gets his first ride. 4th in 2002 behind Epi Tombi. Number 4, Sharif Son. From the Mike Bass stable, Mike Bass saddled Trademark in previous year's winner. And Colnesius rode Flaming Rock in 1991, Sharif Son. 5 is Superwood. Jeff Woodruff and Robbie Hill. Runner-up in his last 2 outings, Superwood from the powerful Jeff Woodruff stable. 7 is James Jaguar, winner of the Dingons, runner-up in the Daily News 2000, Pierre Stradham, who rode London News and Trademark to victory. They jump from pole position. 8 is Promise From My Heart, South African fillies, guineas and Will Avington, Jeff Woodruff and Jeff Lloyd looking for his first win in July. He's had a number of third placings. Promise From My Heart. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Yard Arm, the ruling favourite. Ears pricked, enjoying his surroundings. 2, Key of Destiny, KwaZulu-Natal hopeful. Now the turn of Sharif Song. Superwood being taken down. Back to the parade, number 10, Gray's Inn, Mike de Kock and Anthony Delpit. Winner of the South African Derby. 3rd in the Daily News 2000, Anthony Delpit. 11 is Red Badge, could rise to the occasion, finished 3rd last year, Glenat for Stanelli. Now the turn of James Jaguar. Stretching out freely, James Jaguar. Here straight in for Gary Alexander. So plenty of support for James Jaguar. The filly Promise From My Heart. Set Afire. Gray's Inn. Passing by number 11, Red Badge. Number 12, Monet, Kevin Derrera, Sporting Blinkers. The lightly raced Otter Trail, MJ Oudendal. 14, Cousin John. Night Diva. The PE Raiders, Shoes of Silver. Hold the Fort and MJ Bielefeld cantering by. Muscat Express. Number 20, Le Champ. That's the fuel for the Vodacom Durban July. Now Yard Arm goes 3 parts in to close the gate. Yard Arm's loaded safely. Otter Trail, bless this day. It's time for the moment of truth. 2,200 and they dispatched from the 2,200. James Jaguar came out the early leader past the 2,100 meter marker. Promise From My Heart right up there in a handy position. Yard Arms 3rd on the outside. Cousin John Set of Fires wider out on the turf, and Key of Destiny, the Pink Silks, very wide on the outside. Bless This Day is about 3 lengths off them. James Jaguar's now been eased back along the inside. Grand Emporium hold the forts further back as they go behind the 1600. Otter Trails 3 deep on the outside of runners. Gray's in directly behind Otter Trail, also 3 wide. Muscat Express the inside, Sharif Song. Then behind these comes Superwood, one of the back markers, and Shoes of Silver. The Vodacom Durban July field races towards the 1300, and Cousin John opens up by 3 lengths to the good. Yard Arms beautifully placed in second. Set of Fires racing away in third. Grand Emporium, the Green Silks on the outside. Promise from My Heart, she's back at the fence. The White Silks about 8 lengths off them. Then we find James Jaguar, he's scraping paint along the inside, 9 lengths off them. Key of Destiny and Hold the Fort further back. Otter Trail, he's got about 10-11 lengths to make up. Muscat Express and La Chambre. Gray's in further back. Yellow Sleeves and Cap about a 10-11 lengths off them. Monet's further back. Shoes of Silver, one of the back markers with Red Badge. 600 metres to go in the Vodacom Durban July. Cousin John the inside. Yard Arm. Grand Emporium's looping them on the outside. And Grand Emporium strikes the front at the 400, still travelling quite well. Yard Arm to the inside, now got about a half a length to make up. Grand Emporium the outside. Yard Arm now runs on, and yes, James Jaguar lengthening on the outside. James Jaguar, Yard Arm's in under a lot of pressure. Gray's in flying. Gray's in, swoops into the lead the last 150, and Gray's in. This day belongs to Gray's in, drawing away. Red Badge perhaps second, Superwood, Otter Trail and James Jaguar. Yard Arm failed to deliver the last 300. Well, Gray's in all of a sudden got thrown in the race at about the 250 metre mark. Grand Emporium moved up well on the outside, but Gray's in. And Anthony Delpech this day belongs to them. Mike de Kock and the son of Zabeel, well, thrown into the race at the 200. He turned on the heat and he comes through. Second and third's going to be close, but Gray's in, he roared away from them, and the race changed dramatically the last 300. Gray's in comes through to win, going away, and an elated rider, Anthony Delpech, they win comfortably in the Vodacom Durban July. I thought maybe Reg Bad second, just ahead of Superwood, but it's touch and go. Here it comes. No, Superwood second. Then Red Badge, a big run back in third. Otter Trail, James Jaguar, well, he made up the ground on the outside. Looked like he'd be a big threat, but then just didn't kick on, and Yard Arm just failed to fire. As we hand you back to the Teletrack studio.
Anthony returns to the winner's circle. The big moments. The champion jockey of last year. He's been away in Hong Kong with the world's best riders in one of the big racing centres, and he's come back to capture South Africa's biggest race, the Vodacom Durban July. Doesn't Mike de Kock know how to win a big race? Here he returns, Gray's in, Anthony Del Peche, successful, coming back into town, stealing one of the big races, one of the world's very good riders. He's been so dominant here for a long time, and well, although Yardam has missed, it's still been a pretty big moment for this horse, guys.
Indeed, they're winning the 2 legs of the season's Pumela SA Triple Crown. Well, Gray's in, no stranger to you, Kevin. I mean, you've ridden this horse.
Yeah, I won the Classic on him, and I won him the first time out in the 1200. Absolute great result. I'm just so happy a 3-year-old won it, because I thought they were good enough. This horse has proved it, and I'm just very happy for Mark. Like David says, doesn't Mark de Kock know how to train a big race? And yeah, he proved it again. First and fourth, great result.
Well, I mean, I've got to compliment you as well. Paul, you called it right from the beginning, saying that there was no chance indeed for Yardam.
I couldn't have Yardam, you know, and I said it, it's very hard to stand up and knock a champion. He'd never won here before. He's a great horse, we have no doubt. But the race is concertina. It's a concertina handicap. And I've got to thank Arrow website. I went on their website and I went right back post-war. Every horse who carried a top weight, it's a tough call.
All right, so just a quick one with the unofficial results, Paul.
Yeah, here we go. Here's the unofficial result. Number 1, Gray's in, Anthony Del Peche for Michael de Kock. And as they say, he knows how to win the big ones. Wonderful for those silks. They are Mrs. Oppenheimer's silks, a great patron of the game. Well, Yardam might have run second, but a stablemate super with the Derby winner with Robbie Hill has run second, a cracking good race. Red Badge did it last year, running third, has come back to form for Stan Ellie and Glenn Hatt to run third. And fourth, another very good 3-year-old who's never missed the money. It's Otter's Trail.
Well, just the reaction there from Anthony right at the end. And we were talking early on, and just to describe and explaining to the viewers about the number 10 as well, and also the South African flag that is there. And obviously from that particular angle, Kevin, once again, 10 years of democracy, horse number 10 winning. I mean, you couldn't get a better story.
Brilliant. It just makes it so good. I mean, we got the big soccer coming up as well in a couple of years' time. It's just great to watch. It's unbelievable. I know it's going through him. He's won the race before, so he knows what it's all about. But it's not the money anymore now. It's the prestige. These guys, they want to win the big races. These are the big ones, and you enjoy the moment. He's got 25, 30 minutes now to enjoy, and then back to the drawing board for next year. So great, brilliant to watch.
Well, I mean, Kevin's fingerprints are all over the horse there still.
Yeah, he's a special horse.
Well, I mean, from your side as well, I mean, what a fantastic race. It wasn't close at all, had the confidence right at the end.
Yes, very, very, very good ride, Anthony Del Peche, because I saw Brett Smith got up there in Grand Emporium. Striker looked to get out. Jeffrey Lloyd and Promise from My Heart. James Jagger, all the last part of the hill, they're all trying to get involved. Anthony hadn't panicked. And for a stride or two, when Grand Emporium went with Yardam, I knew the right team was on the wall.
I mean, there was a moment as well. I had Red Badge sort of also poking his nose right at the front there. I thought, well, it's going to be a total different change to what the favorite was going to be at the beginning of the race, but then in the end, I mean, a great race for Anthony coming through, but equally so for Red Badge, even if at the end he didn't come first, but had a magnificent race.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. There's Michael de Kock in picture. What a racehorse trainer this man is. He does it all the time, he does it everywhere. When Kevin won this race 2 years ago on Epitombi, it was for Michael de Kock, and he's bounced back with 2 placings. There's talk on the ground that, Robert, this horse could be racing overseas soon. Is that right, Kevin?
Yeah, this from what I've heard of, there's big things for this horse, and there's Mrs. Oppenheimer too. What great! This is one of my interviews. I said the sight to see Mrs. Oppenheimer leading in another July winner would be absolutely amazing. She's won it before with Spanish Galliard, and many years ago they've won it before with, I think, Spade Bridge. So it goes back a long time.
I mean, people spoke about pace, power, and terrific finishing from this particular horse, Kevin, and I think we clearly saw all of those elements come through today.
He's got it, this horse. We work him in the morning, we thump the work into him, and he can't blow out a candle. You just cannot get him to blow. So he's got everything. He's got the credit. He's going to win a very big race overseas. I don't know if Hong Kong or Australia, I don't know where they're going to go, but I know Mark's got very big things planned for this horse. The Queen Elizabeth in Hong Kong, I think, is the right race.
Yeah, I think we're going to see him overseas with as high as merit rating as Yardam, and I wouldn't take it away from Yardam. As I said before the race, things didn't suit him today.
I mean, look at it from a tactical approach. He was the favourite coming into this race. Where do you think it went wrong, and at what stage?
I thought he was a little bit handy for a horse with 58 kilos, and the horse, the pacemaker, looked like it started falling back on him. It looked like he ran out of steam, and he had to take it up early, and Brett Smith went with him as well. He wasn't letting him get away. There was 8 kilos difference. He thought, I'm going to go with him, and just had a word when Brett went past. He thought it was a touch too far. So they made yard arm work, and I think that's where it could have cost him. And Anthony and these guys that have ridden in big races before, just the tactic was just to sit and wait, and I think this is what won this Horserace.